So here's a cool thing that happened after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
Welcome back, and we're joined for the very first time in studio by a very special guest, the great college football insider, my guy, RJ Young. RJ, great to have you.
Thanks for having me, Adam.
It is so great to have you in studio. And look, you're from Oklahoma, so we got to talk about Oklahoma football. And is Baker, Kyler, Jalen Hurts, is he going to win the Heisman Trophy?
Sure looks that way, right? Because all he has to do is keep this up. We're talking about 1,295 yards total through 4 games. He's been outstanding. His passer efficiency rating is ridiculous at 249.9. But can he put that up against teams that are better than the teams they faced? And that's what we're going to get to find out in a couple weeks.
Are you surprised it's been this great? I mean, I love Jalen Hurts in Alabama. I thought he was a big-time winner. Are you surprised he's rocking at this kind of efficient and dominant rate to start the season?
No, when you take into account that he's had 3 years to actually play college football, and he's come into a system where the guy knows what to do with him.
Right.
And that might be a shot across the bow to some, but at Oklahoma, what they do is score touchdowns, and that's all they've done since he's arrived.
Well, let's talk about Lincoln Riley, and his offense is incredible. I mean, I'm kind of mesmerized by it. I mean, you get to see it up close and personal all the time. How does Lincoln Riley do it?
He doesn't seem to have one way to do anything, right? He can run it, he can pass it, he takes what they're giving him, and he goes with that. Now, that aside, he's going to play to the strengths of his players, and I've always thought that that was the most valuable aspect of coaching. What do I have, and how can I maximize that? And he does that year in and year out.
That, to me, I agree. Any sport, any level, that's what makes a great coach. I echo that. Is he going to be at Oklahoma long term, or do you think he's going to go to the NFL?
I think he wants to win a national championship first. I think everything that he has done, the way that he's built things on the recruiting side, the way that he's kept his staff together, the way that he's added to the staff, he has his eyes locked in on winning a semifinal game and then winning a national championship, and then I think anything is possible.
Okay, now I picked Oklahoma to the playoffs at the beginning of the year. The Oklahoma-Texas game kind of feels like a pseudo-playoff game in a lot of ways. Do you think the winner of that game will make the postseason?
Yes, but there's some caveats in there, right? You need Oklahoma to continue to win if they lose to Texas. You need Texas to continue to win if they lose to Oklahoma. What is really squirrely about this game is that Texas needed a 6-point win against Oklahoma State, and they're banged up in the secondary. And you got, another game between there. But yes, I would expect the winner of that game to win the Big 12 championship and make the college football playoff.
Absolutely. And I think Oklahoma's going to win that game. That's going to be fun coming up next week. Alabama, my goodness. They are an absolute machine. Back to being number 1 in the nation. Lock for the college football playoffs?
No.
Really?
No.
Tell me.
Well, you start 4 freshmen in your front 7. You gave up 279 yards rushing to an Ole Miss team that ain't very good.
Right.
And you gave up 100 yards rushing to a quarterback. That's not a Bama defense. And they have had so many changes at the assistant roles that you don't know what you're going to get.
Wow. Okay. You sold that, RJ. I get it. I've got them as a lock, and in my opinion, Clemson, too. Though I have to say, I was very nervous watching that game against North Carolina over the weekend. I mean, that didn't feel like a Dabo Swinney kind of club. Are the Tigers in any way, shape, or form not as good as maybe we thought?
Yes, but that's only because they're still building toward what they can be. One of the things I love about college football is you're not the team that you were in September. You're going to be a different team in December. But that said, Sunshine was running like Ronnie Bass against a North Carolina team that wasn't very good. And Mac Brown had an outstanding game plan. If you have a better team with better talent at that position of defensive end, of corner, of nickel safety, you're going to be able to give them some problems, take away what they do well offensively.
And by the way, it goes noted, they did win the game, and that's what you're supposed to do at the end of the day.
We want the style points in college football here.
I know. I don't like it, but I understand that's part of the deal. RJ, the Pac-12 is 4 teams in the top 25, but no team in the top 10. No undefeated teams when you look at the conference. So are they out already when you look at the college football playoffs?
Feels that way because you need Oregon to win out, and you need them to win the Pac-12 title because they have the best loss. College football is weird. We give points for losses, and we ding teams like Clemson for winning, right? But if you go undefeated as Oregon through the rest of their schedule, you have this Auburn loss that looks better down the line.
You had me at college football is weird. I think that is an unbelievable quote. Huge game coming up on CBS on Saturday. I can't wait for it. Game of the week in college football. Number 7, Auburn. 10th ranked Florida. Who you got to win?
I got Florida. I got Florida because they got healthy again. They get C.J. Henderson back. They get Jabari Zuniga back. They're outstanding defensively when they want to play. Kyle Trask has been just as good as I thought he might be when he got his opportunity. And they get to play in the swamp. This Auburn team does not feel as complete as it was against Mississippi State. And you got a true freshman quarterback going on the road into a place where it is traditionally difficult to win.
RJ, this was absolutely unbelievable. We appreciate the time, and don't be a stranger, my friend.
Appreciate you.
That's our guy, RJ Young. Coming up, we'll discuss the Cardinals and how Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury have no excuses against the Bengals on Sunday.